Now, we're hearing over the weekend that everyone is now, or in the royal circle, is now ostracizing princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, the daughters, of course, of Andy and Fergie. This is a change of position on the part of the royal family, because initially the king said it's not their fault. They should be still included in royal events. They should be still welcomed into the bosom of the royal family.
There is a particular kind of institutional signal that does not arrive with a press release or a palace statement. It arrives through an absence, and sometimes that absence speaks louder than anything that could be said aloud. So, according to multiple major UK outlets, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie will not be joining the royal family in the ceremonial procession at Royal Ascot this June, and will reportedly not be present in any official capacity at what is one of the most publicly visible fixtures in the royal calendar. No formal explanation has been offered by the palace, and as of now, this situation remains ongoing and developing. But the context surrounding this reported exclusion is not difficult to locate. It sits squarely within the continuing fallout from the Duke of York's long and deeply damaging association with the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, and the broader question of how far that association extends within the York family circle. Welcome to Crown Tea. I'm George, and today we are looking carefully at what this reported decision may tell us about how King Charles and the palace are managing institutional risk, not emotionally, but strategically. If you value measured, evidence-based royal analysis that cuts through the noise without adding to it, do consider subscribing to Crown Tea. It genuinely helps us continue this work. To understand why this reported move carries institutional weight, it helps to situate it within a longer timeline. Prince Andrew's association with Jeffrey Epstein has cast a shadow over the House of Windsor for well over a decade. Following the civil settlement reached in early 2022, in which the Duke of York neither admitted nor denied the allegations made against him, King Charles moved to strip his brother of his remaining military titles and royal patronages. Andrew has since been largely absent from official royal duties, and the palace has, by all observable indicators, maintained deliberate distance between the working monarchy and the York family as a whole. What is now being reported, according to several UK media sources, is that this distancing is extending to the next generation, specifically to Beatrice and Eugenie in the context of Royal Ascot.
But let's move on to some other issues, and there are reports that Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie have been banned from attending Royal Ascot in June. And they won't be allowed to join their family in the royal procession either. This is all due to the Epstein revelations surrounding their parents. Kinsey, is that fair if it's their parents at fault and they're being punished, or have these two also been fairly money-hungry grifters who have been trading on their royal titles?
One of the few remaining events where senior and non-working royals have historically appeared together in public. It should be noted that neither princess holds an official working royal role, and both have built independent professional lives. The question, then, is not whether they hold institutional responsibilities. It is whether their presence at a high-profile ceremonial event creates reputational exposure for the crown at a particularly sensitive moment. According to reporting that has circulated in UK media, there are suggestions from royal commentators that further disclosures relating to the Epstein network may be forthcoming, though the precise nature and timing of any such developments remains unconfirmed. If the palace has received any indication, however informal, that the Epstein story is not yet fully settled in the public domain, then the logic behind limiting York family visibility at major televised events becomes considerably more legible. This is not, it should be emphasised, a legal matter concerning Beatrice or Eugenie directly. There are no confirmed allegations of wrongdoing against either princess. What is being weighed here, reportedly, is something more institutional: the optics of royal continuity, the management of association by proximity, and the long-term calculus of public trust in the monarchy as an institution. Royal Ascot is not merely a social occasion, it is broadcast nationally, attended by the cameras of every major UK outlet, and watched by an audience that still, whether critics of the monarchy like it or not, forms judgments about the crown based on who appears in that procession and who does not. The UK press response to this reported exclusion has been largely framed around a debate that is, frankly, a reasonable one: whether it is equitable to limit the public visibility of two individuals based on the conduct and associations of their parents. That is a legitimate question, and one without a comfortable answer. My own reading, offered carefully and not as settled opinion, is that the palace is not making a moral judgment about Beatrice or Eugenie as individuals. What it appears to be doing, if these reports are accurate, is making a risk management decision about the institution, one that acknowledges the continued volatility of the Epstein story and chooses, for now, to err on the side of caution. Whether that caution is proportionate, or whether it is fair to those on the receiving end of it, is a question that reasonable people will continue to debate. What matters most is that this situation is still developing, that no final positions have been formally confirmed, and that the full picture may yet look different in the weeks ahead. We will continue to follow it here, as always, with the same care that a story of this complexity deserves.